Claressa Shields may be laughing right now, but some people online are interpreting that laughter as a way of dealing with a much more serious situation. And if the reports surrounding this alleged 360 deal are accurate, there may be a lot more to the story than what we're seeing on the surface. The situation has sparked plenty of questions, and we're going to break down what has been reported, what remains alleged, and what can actually be confirmed. Before getting into that, though, I have to mention something personal. My power was finally restored after being out for several hours, and thankfully the internet came back not long after. That meant I could finally get back online and update everyone. I genuinely appreciate everyone who sent prayers, kind messages, well wishes, and support while everything was down. Thank you for sticking with me. Now, as always, remember that some of the information discussed in this story consists of allegations or online claims, while other details may be independently documented. It's important to keep that distinction clear as we go through everything. Happy Thursday, everyone. I hope you're having a good day, and please stay safe out there. Pay attention to what's happening around you and be mindful of the people you choose to keep close. Sometimes the wrong situation or the wrong association can create consequences you never expected. Now, let's get into the story.
People have been making comparisons to other situations where someone appeared to laugh or joke during an intense moment, with commenters suggesting that the laughter could be masking a completely different emotion. And now, some viewers are applying that same interpretation to Claressa. But whether she's genuinely amused, simply staying composed, or reacting to the situation in her own way, only Claressa knows what she's actually feeling. What we do know is that the conversation surrounding the alleged 360 deal has raised plenty of questions, and that's where the story gets even more interesting. There is a lot of speculation online that Claressa may be starting to question whether the deal she signed was really as beneficial as she initially believed. And that's where the conversation gets even more complicated, because some people are now framing everything that has happened as a form of karma connected to the controversy involving Remy Ma. The bigger issue, according to the claims being discussed, is that Claressa allegedly reached out to Remy first and attempted to establish a friendship. That detail has caused some viewers to look at the entire situation from a different perspective.
Critics have also questioned the timing of friendly holiday messages that were allegedly sent to Remy while Claressa was reportedly becoming involved with Papoose. To those critics, that combination of events created the impression of mixed signals and contributed to the backlash. There have also been separate online claims from other women who allegedly said Claressa became involved with their partners while those relationships were still ongoing. Those claims remain allegations and should not be treated as established facts without reliable evidence. That's a major reason why the criticism surrounding Claressa continues online. Now, some people have taken the conversation even further, asking whether Papoose ultimately handled the situation in a way Claressa didn't expect. But that's still speculation, and the public cannot know what was actually happening privately between them. What's also important is that some of the claims currently circulating reportedly came from Claressa herself. If any particular statement is later shown to be inaccurate, the responsibility for clarifying that claim would ultimately rest with the person who made it. And that's why people keep bringing the conversation back to something Remy reportedly said earlier, her warning that Papoose could potentially manipulate the situation and outmaneuver Claressa. At the time, that warning was simply Remy's perspective, but now some viewers are looking back at those words and arguing that the situation has come full circle. Whether that's actually what happened, however, remains a matter of interpretation. The facts behind the relationships, the alleged deal, and the claims being discussed still need to be separated from the speculation surrounding them. This is also why some people believe Claressa has been working overtime online, posting more frequently, promoting her page, and making sure she stays visible.
According to the speculation, the reason may be financial. Some critics believe she needs to generate income from multiple sources after allegedly becoming tied to what they describe as an unfavorable deal. Others have even compared her situation to what happened with Finesse 2X. The comparison comes from claims surrounding his music career and stage name. According to the story being circulated online, he eventually began using a different identity to release music after disputes and contractual issues surrounding the Finesse 2X name. There have also been claims involving Mona Scott and other parties connected to the arrangement. However, those are specific contractual claims that would need to be confirmed through reliable documentation before anyone can say exactly who owns what or what Claressa's own agreement actually contains. Still, this is the kind of scenario some people believe Claressa could potentially be dealing with. If the contract really does limit her options, she may have to work harder and find additional ways to maintain her income and visibility. There has also been plenty of discussion about Claressa's comments regarding wanting to have a baby next year. With everything happening professionally and publicly right now, some viewers are questioning how she plans to balance those goals with everything else on the plate. But that's ultimately her personal decision, and outsiders can't know what her private plans or priorities actually look like. The larger question is whether Claressa truly ended up with a deal that benefits her, or whether the online speculation is making the situation look much worse than it actually is. And speaking of things getting chaotic, I have to pause for a second because apparently the vacuum decided that the exact moment I started recording was the perfect time to make an appearance.
Seriously? Can we get a few minutes of silence so I can finish this video? And then there's another funny detail. Those bobblehead dolls that were supposed to actually bobble, instead, they were basically just sitting there looking like ordinary little figures. No movement, no wobbling, nothing. And somehow, people were still being asked to pay for them. Sometimes the internet really does give you a story within the story. Lord have mercy, y'all. This whole situation is getting more complicated by the minute. According to the claims being discussed, Papoose may have a significant financial interest in Claressa's 60-40 arrangement. If that agreement is accurate, some people believe the financial consequences could continue regardless of whether the relationship lasts or eventually ends. The biggest question is what the actual contract says. If Claressa remains tied to the agreement and continues earning money under the name covered by that deal, certain revenue streams could potentially be affected. But those details would need to be confirmed through the actual contract before anyone can say exactly who receives what. There are also claims that some of Claressa's professional activities could fall under the arrangement, including appearances, content, judging opportunities, and other projects connected to her public career. Some online discussions have alleged that 60% could go toward WAC 100 and others connected to the agreement. If those claims are accurate, that's obviously a major financial issue. But without seeing the actual contract terms, it's important not to present those percentages or ownership claims as confirmed facts. Now, let's switch gears for a moment and talk about boxing.
Claressa is an elite professional boxer, so naturally, fans are going to debate her upcoming fights and what they expect from her performances. Some people online have even turned the conversation into hypothetical matchups against men, but that's really just internet speculation. A real fight would involve completely different considerations, and there's no reason to turn a hypothetical matchup into an actual challenge. What matters is her scheduled opponent and what happens in the ring. With the fight approaching on the 15th, expectations are already high. Fans have been watching training footage and discussing whether Claressa will deliver the dominant performance many people are predicting. If she doesn't get the kind of stoppage some fans are expecting, there will undoubtedly be criticism online. That's the reality of being a high-profile champion. Expectations are often just as intense as the spotlight. At the same time, another rumor has started circulating about Claressa potentially dealing with a knee issue. Some viewers noticed what appeared to be a wrap around her knee and have speculated that she may have picked up an injury during training. There have also been observations about her appearing to walk with a limp. However, simply seeing a knee wrap or noticing someone walking differently isn't enough to confirm an injury. Unless Claressa, her team, or a reliable source confirms what's going on, it should remain a rumor rather than a fact. If she is dealing with an actual injury, though, that could obviously become an important factor heading into fight night. Even a minor physical issue can affect movement, timing, conditioning, and overall performance. Claressa is an elite professional boxer, so naturally, fans are going to debate her upcoming fights and what they expect from her performances. Some people online have even turned the conversation into hypothetical matchups against men, but that's really just internet speculation. A real fight would involve completely different considerations, and there's no reason to turn a hypothetical matchup into an actual challenge. What matters is her scheduled opponent and what happens in the ring. With the fight approaching on the 15th, expectations are already high. Fans have been watching training footage and discussing whether Claressa will deliver the dominant performance many people are predicting. If she doesn't get the kind of stoppage some fans are expecting, there will undoubtedly be criticism online. That's the reality of being a high-profile champion. Expectations are often just as intense as the spotlight. At the same time, another rumor has started circulating about Claressa potentially dealing with a knee issue. Some viewers noticed what appeared to be a wrap around her knee and have speculated that she may have picked up an injury during training. There have also been observations about her appearing to walk with a limp. However, simply seeing a knee wrap or noticing someone walking differently isn't enough to confirm an injury. Unless Claressa, her team, or a reliable source confirms what's going on, it should remain a rumor rather than a fact. If she is dealing with an actual injury, though, that could obviously become an important factor heading into fight night. even a minor physical issue can affect movement, timing, conditioning, and overall performance.
There has also been criticism surrounding her interactions with someone connected to a radio station that previously interviewed her. Some people felt that the comments directed toward that person were unnecessarily harsh, while others have defended Claressa's side of the situation. Either way, the controversy has added another layer to an already complicated promotion. And if Claressa really has invested her own money into promoting the event, then the financial stakes could be much higher than simply selling tickets. If the event doesn't generate enough revenue to cover the expenses, the result could potentially be a financial loss rather than a profit. But again, the actual financial numbers haven't been independently established, so it's important not to assume exactly how much money is at risk. There are also online discussions about how venues sometimes handle seating when certain sections aren't filling as expected. In some events, organizers may relocate attendees to available seats closer to the action, which can make the venue look fuller from certain camera angles. But whether anything like that is actually happening at this event would need to be confirmed rather than assumed. Ultimately, the real test will come on fight night: how many people actually show up, how the event performs financially, and whether the attention surrounding Claressa translates into genuine support at the venue. Yo, Lord have mercy. Anyway, I want to hear what you think about this whole situation. What's your take on the claims that Papoose allegedly brought Claressa this contract, and the growing speculation that she may not have gotten the deal she expected? Do you think the agreement is actually as bad as people online are making it sound, or do you think there's more to the story that we haven't seen yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I definitely want to know where y'all stand on this one. And as always, remember to separate confirmed facts from online allegations and speculation.